2019. I'm your host, GoldenBoy, and this has been a great day so far of Rainbow Six competition. We saw, most notably, Space Station is eliminated. Only one North American hope still stands, and it's TSM. We'll see how they do later on. But for now, let's actually focus on the game that we have at hand, because we have two great teams that are about to take this stage. First up, let's welcome. We're going to show them in a little bit as they make their way up here. It's going to be none other than Team Empire.
Our passing group stage was pretty confident and I would say easy. We would have expected that when we saw the group announcement, so there was no surprises for us. I heard that we often are considered like one of the favorites, as well as G2. As Pengu said in the last interview, even they are considering us like on the same level in battle of the best team in the world right now, and I think it is actually like that. This tournament and the upcoming Pro League finals at the Invitational will decide who is the best now. I want to say thanks to all the fans, thanks to who watching online, who will come here in Raleigh to watch offline. I want to say thanks to our org sponsors and to everyone who is cheering outside, especially to my family, girlfriend, friends.
Put your hands together and welcome to the stage, Team Empire! And their opponents, they are the last hope for Latin America. This is FaZe Clan.
For us, the group stage was really hard, and with hope that we can make it easier until the end. We know that we are one of the best teams in Brazil, but we made it through here. We know that it's hard. We hard work a lot, but that's only the beginning, and we won the title. Empire is such a great team, and we know that if we win against them, we have chances to be the champion. So that's gonna be the test for us. If we beat Empire, we're gonna probably be the champions. That's what I hope.
And for your next team, it's FaZe Clan! And there you have it, folks. It all comes down to this for FaZe Clan, a classic David versus Goliath matchup. This team, some say, are one of the most favored squads coming into this event, and for FaZe Clan, a huge opportunity to fell the beast known as Team Empire. These two teams take to the stage, get ready to go. It's game time. Let's send it over to the studio.
You have to toss a C4 up at this point, and Shepard will do just that. Yuna goes down, a bit of a wasted utility, but that's okay. Empire just need a couple more kills. That's it, 10 seconds. Cameraman and Mav are there. Shepard is off site. Grab the diffuser and plant, but above, the man who is always last alive has the marks. He knows they're there, but he can't outduel the beam. He gets him at the last second, and that's the Russians going to the semifinals. Oh my goodness, they'll join their countrymen fours. And Latin America, that's their swan song here in Raleigh. Empire takes 3 maps, but they do it. They're in the semis tomorrow.
FaZe gone, LATAM gone, but you can't say they didn't give Empire a heck of a fight. Well done to Empire, making it work in the end. They really came alive in those last few rounds, putting an excellent streak together, and they move forward.
Shepard, in so many instances, ends up in just the worst circumstances. Last alive with Diffuser on Hard Breach in a 1vx. Last alive as Smoke in a 1vx. Unwinnable situations, and this time in a 1v2 you think it might be unwinnable, but not this time in particular. Shepard coming up huge when they needed him, and while he doesn't often top the scoreboard for the team, he was instrumental in this Consulate matchup, and in that last round in particular, he saves the day for Empire and prevents them from forfeiting momentum to FaZe.
Excellent job there to both teams. FaZe, like I said, they put up a fight. It was respectable. It's a shame to see them go, but it's got to happen to a great many teams. There can only be one winner in the end.
This is one of the biggest scares that Empire's ever gotten at a LAN event. They were on the ropes against Evil Geniuses, who had them by just a couple seconds, not to rub salt in the wound there for you. And then, of course, falling to G2, Empire has had a very interesting history over the last 6-8 months or so. A team that seems like it has just an abundance of potential that might not even be realized just yet. Teams are catching up, absolutely. And I don't think a lot of people expected FaZe to be able to give Empire as good of a run for their money as FaZe did. As you said, you can't say that FaZe didn't give it their all and really put their heart into this matchup. And while their hearts will break, they'll come back stronger. I'm sure of it.
Here's the moment. Shepard just barely denies that plant. And on 0-0-0, had the clock stalled out. It was so close. It was so close. He could have missed the shots. The plant would have gone down. But Shepard doesn't miss, it seems. And well, Empire, all the happier for it, all the better for it.
That's tough, the amount of emotions that you have. The story that's going to come out of that Consulate matchup when we look back on it. But there's somebody who's a great storyteller and somebody who's also a great interviewer, and he's down on the stage. GoldenBoy, talk to our winners.
Thank you so much, fellas. What a matchup that was. Guys, give it up for Team Empire. That was an incredible game. Went the distance, had all the drama and intrigue you would want out of a professional Rainbow Six game. Now, Karjeka, I gotta address the elephant in the room here. You guys are known as a phenomenal clubhouse team, yet this time around, it just did not seem to work out for you. What did FaZe do differently that threw you guys off?
I can't even describe that. Like, we won the first map, KFA, that must give us like a mental boost, and we could move like more freely, but for some reason we just closed in ourselves and like stopped playing. We played too slow, and they were just peeking us and killing it, so I can't even describe that. Was
it because they play that more free-flowing style, that they like to move around the map a little bit more? Did you feel like they were being a little, you know, I guess you could say like unconventional, right? Were they like just being different with the way that they play?
No, I guess nothing changed in their like gameplay. We just slowed down a lot. We just didn't want to take risky gunfights, which we usually do, so that was only our fault.
Now, you know, watching you guys play, one thing that has stuck out to me is Dan and Joystick. These two guys just run roughshod over everyone. They're so good. And I guess the question is that a part of the plan of Team Empire to just let them do their thing, or is it really just like they're so highly skilled that you kind of just have to allow it to be that way because their shots are just so disgusting?
So actually, for every round, they're like a task for every of our teammates, and so as soon as he like does that task, we can just say them, you can do whatever you want, just feel whatever you do.
Yeah. Just let him live his best life, man. I respect that. Now, finally, moving forward here, you're going on to top 4. It's a big opportunity for you guys. Obviously, many people are saying that Team Empire is going to be the team that takes this whole major. Do you feel that is the same way? Do you agree with the sentiment from the community, from the casters and the analysts, that this is Team Empire's event here in Raleigh, North Carolina?
I can say to make this true, we need to step up a lot. Because now we won, but we don't feel like we won the game. We feel like we lost that. So
Well, I tell you what, that sounds like the true test of someone that wants it more than they want to breathe, and I respect that very much. Karjeka, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it, folks. Give it up one more time for Team Empire and Karjeka. Let's send it over to the desk to break down what we just saw with FaZe versus Empire.
Thank you very much, Alex. Veli, gentlemen, I'll see you in our next matchup here between TSM and G2.
No, wait. Before I get off the desk for the rest of the day, TSM, look at me. Make NA proud, please. We need it. We need it. Space Station Gaming fell. Evil Geniuses fell. You're all we have. So NA, we're counting on you. TSM, do us big.
TSM, you're my only hope. You would make a great Princess Leia.
We need them to do well. I'll make a beautiful Princess Leia.
I would like to see you in that. That's cosplay for our next event, though. Gentlemen, thank you very much. I can't wait to see that. Blackbeard and Leia. Thank you very much.
I have nightmares.
Let's move on to actual breakdowns here. I have with me the ever so eloquent Devin Emzo Becker. Tell me, what does your mind tell you about this, Mr. Sun Tzu?
Well, one of the things we are most astounded by often is the attacks from Empire, how effective they are. Now, Clubhouse, notwithstanding, which was, I feel like a bit of a fluke, or maybe it's just really good counterplay, a lot of their attacks are very well formulated, very well done. But what I thought was interesting is seeing how often the plants they went for, the executes, that were just often solo plays and things like that, brought out a lot of fights against the rest of FaZe, and in doing so, they ended up winning rounds. So this round in particular to start with, for example, they started in a 4v5 situation, and you have 2 men already dropping FaZe's plant, and this is the second round. They did it after the first round where they had good vertical control, but they lost the buck upstairs with the C4. They go for the plant here, and this is just a situation where you see it starts to bait out kills on the rest of the map. Even though, yes, they're not on site, the situation ends up bringing out situations where they're distracted because you know Yuna's calling, they're going for plant, everyone else distracted at that point. Focusing on returning to site is bringing out kills from Dan and Joystick.
You see it. They're returning into the site. It's perfectly baited. Yeah. Ion throws a smoke in there, and there's no reply.
And you've got this line of sight here that didn't unfortunately work out, but you've also got the planter sitting here, getting the plant down, pretty much uncontested. Karjeka defending him very well. Unfortunately, this fight is lost by Shepard, who gets off the fuse just at the wrong moment. See him die there, but they ultimately win this round. And it's not the only round with this work, because there was a third kitchen attack where we saw them succeed yet again. In a similar situation this time, though, it's a 1v2, but you have to keep in mind it's essentially a 1v1 because one person's got to be on the diffuser. So they go into a similar situation, planting in almost the same spot, and this time you have Yuna trying to clutch it out. It just does not work just because they have the angles they need here. And this, of course, has them covered behind the bomb. They're just playing it very smart, but this didn't just start on Cafe and continue to nowhere. We definitely had similar plays coming out here on Consulate. So you had them planting down here. This is a situation where the only defender, even nearby, is right there in a situation where he has no line of sight, but it takes so many attempts for this plant to go down. You see them plant once, trying to plant again. In the meantime, all this is doing is bringing members like Mav out, and it absolutely works time after time.
Not only players are maneuvering into better position, but also you're expending utility to try to push Empire away.
Absolutely.
You don't have anything left. There's still a huge manpower advantage. Empire, that manpower advantage just compounds. It's so much higher when there's no utility for you as a defender to play with it.
Absolutely, and it's just the case where Empire would, you know, we talk about a lot of times you set up to defend your plant, right? You don't want to plant until you have that set up. But the thing about Empire is they were winning the fights as the plant was going down, rather than situations where it was set up, oh, we've got our crossfire set up. It was like, no, you see, like, for example, in this clip where they just push.
The odd thing is, back in the day, FaZe Clan and a lot of the LATAM teams were the ones that would just expect you to bait and fake plant multiple times before it, and that just changed. It changed so much. Empire were actually able to use that to their advantage.
Clubhouse notwithstanding, of course.
Yes, we don't talk about Clubhouse. So, Devin, thank you very much. We'll see you in our next matchup for even more in-depth analysis. Ladies and gentlemen, our final matchup of the day. Everybody's been asking for it. When does Bolo play? Right after the break.